Hello, welcome to your runner's briefing for the Roading Around Lite Marathon 2022, which is being held on Sunday the 24th of April. We're doing the race briefing by video rather than in person before the race, so it is mandatory that you watch all the way through to the end as there is a lot of important information in here. After seeing this, if you have any questions, please email them in advance to companyofrunners@gmail.com rather than asking them on race day. And if you're new to us, Company of Runners are me, John Stoneman, and Lorraine Collins, and we focus on races that get people off the tarmac and off the roads and onto the trails. So welcome to anyone running the race for the first time, and thanks to all of you who have come back to run this route again. The entry window has now closed, so you cannot transfer, defer, or get a refund. There'll be no entries to the race on the day. You need to be over 18 to compete, and you can't run with dogs. We follow the Trail Running Association guidance and UK athletics rules. The start-finish area is at Camas Hall Fruit Farm. Now, the car park gate will not be open until 8:10 a.m, so please don't arrive earlier than that, as there'll be nowhere to park. You'll find us next to one of our flags in the far end of the car park. We'll get you registered and give you a geo tracker. Note that the toilets and the cafe will not be open until 9 a.m. and will close again by 5 p.m, so we're having to use a portaloo at the start. There is no changing area, so please arrive ready to run. We will look after bags if you cannot leave them in your car, but we won't be liable for any losses, so please don't leave valuables, carry them with you. Now, we can start you between 8:15 a.m. and 8:45 a.m. We're keen to get you off as soon as possible, if only because the car park gates need to close again by 5:15 p.m. So you have an 8-hour cut-off to finish, or less if you start after 8:15. Your time will start when you depart through the geo gates set on the GPS tracker. That sounds complicated, but it isn't. You just need to run. This is a self-supported event, so it's really about the achievement rather than being a race. There are no checkpoints on the course, although you may see Lorraine or me popping up occasionally on the route. As I mentioned, we'll give you a GPS tracker to carry. The GPS tracker is about the size of a small phone and will need to be carried in your race vest and then returned to us at the end of the race. Participants are tracked via the live tracking URL link, which is in the email you have received, or via the GeoTrax smartphone app whilst taking part in the course. Family, friends, and other participants can all check on the progress of the runners as they make their way around the course by following the link to the map, and obviously that will help you with navigation. Now, if you have any allergies or medical conditions that we need to know about, please email to us in advance. If you put an X across the front of your race number using the pen at registration, it will help to let us know to check your details. Now, if you feel ill or get into difficulty on the route, please call the race director, me. My number will be on the navigation instructions and in the summary email that you've received. Please add this number into your phone, and if it's an emergency, please call 999 or 112 to alert the emergency services. If you can give them a What 3 Words reference, it will help them to find you, so that's a good app to have on your phone. Then call me and we'll know where you are from your GPS tracker. Now, if you decide to retire from the race, please call me. Note that we will not necessarily be able to send transport out to you, so you may need to be self-sufficient in getting yourself back. It depends what other priorities there are on the day, and we need your GPS tracker returning to us within 24 hours because we're hiring them and we need to get them back to their owner. So either get back to Camas Hall or we will arrange a drop-off. Now, we have no mandatory kit list, but please be sensible and dress appropriately for the weather conditions and for a trail route. Of course, you'll need to carry your own fuel and fluid, no checkpoints, as I've mentioned before. The narrative route descriptions can be downloaded from the link in the summary email that you've received. There is both a written narrative, a set of maps of the course, and also a GPX file that you can download to your smart device. Now, please print out your own copy of the navigation notes and maps. We will have a few copies available at the start, but it's easier if you can print your own, then you know you've got them. If anybody has ordered a t-shirt, please pay us the extra £5 by cash on the day or via PayPal to companyofrunners@gmail.com. We still have lots of small, medium and large sizes. If anyone else would like one, you can just tell us on the day. We will get the results on Facebook and then email them out and put them on our website as soon as we've been able to confirm them. There will be prizes of our legendary Black Winners t-shirt for the fastest category finishers, but because of the start window, we'll have to wait until the winners are confirmed before we can award them. We will try to take some photos on the day, so if you would rather not be photographed, please email us so that we can add you to an exemption list. Now, a few do's and don'ts. We operate a no overtaking policy on small, narrow paths. Please wait until you get into open ground if you want to overtake another competitor. There's plenty of open ground on this course, I can guarantee it. And please respect other path or pavement users. We also have a zero tolerance policy on littering, so please take your rubbish with you and leave the trails nice and clean for everyone else. A few warnings. This is predominantly a trail route, so watch out for trip hazards. Watch out for tree roots. If you're running through fields with any livestock, please be cautious. And if you open a gate, make sure you shut it behind you, even if there is another runner approaching behind you. The last thing we need is an angry farmer because his cows are now loose on one of the Roding high streets. Speaking of cows, I know some of you are worried about them. My tip is just to make yourself as wide as possible. If you are side by side with someone, this makes them think that you are huge and scary, and clap slowly and loudly. This works every time. And roads, there are a few road sections, so take appropriate care. One particular note on the route, around mile 20, when you've run down a long field towards some white houses, you'll run through the garden of one of those houses. Now, the owners didn't appreciate runners wandering around their garden last time, so please make sure you just run in a straight line across the lawn and go through the gap between the hedge and the white outbuilding. If you follow the written directions, you'll see it highlighted in there. Thank you. And then lastly, COVID, which we're learning to live with now, but which hasn't completely disappeared, has it? Please refer to current government guidance regarding isolating. However, if you believe that you have COVID, we would prefer that you don't attend. We will still be supplying hand gel on tables, and we still would ask you not to spit or fire snot rockets near to other people. Let's try to keep everyone safe and well. So thanks for staying with me to the end of this briefing, and we're looking forward to seeing you raring to go on race day. Thank you.